Welcome back, everybody, to another Saturday evening live stream. And you too, Wiz. Let's take a look at who's there early and on time. Lurch is here, also known in here as Stretch 54449. Monkey Wrench. And he's here in the Discord.
I always simplify it to 54449.
54449. So Lurch is here, and he'll be reading your chat. Global 1G is here earlier today. Susan's back. Good to see you, Susan. And we don't know why this has been happening since yesterday with the names and everything, and I have not found an answer as to why. So, yes, and now that Susan is here, the party can get started. Let's see. Keith Cersei is here. Road Trip Nerd is back. Wiz Nation is here. RD04 Dave with the reefer hauler for 30 months message. That is just incredible, man. Nightbot is here, so watch your P's and Q's. Turn off that caps lock key and don't spit out too many emojis, or Nightbot will get you, even if your name is not Rick Rashid. Herbert Harris is here. Welcome back, I should say. All right, I'll do a few shout outs here, and then we're going to get rolling because we got a long drive ahead of us. Donald William is here. Bear with me a moment while I do something. Right. So, Isabella Hagloff, Rob Strecker, aka Lurch, Bedrock, our top ATS driver for February 2023, Bill Welburn, Nicholas XXXN, Susan Arthur, our top Euro truck driver for April 2025, XLT 588 Gaming, Omega Sunrise, our top ATS driver for January 2024, Trucker Kitty, Norwegian Trucker Nicholas, Big Al 2424, our top ATS driver for March 2025, and our top ATS driver for all of 2023. Bugwatch is not late. All right. Oh, but he's got only one eye open. Taz is here. Speaking of which, Tazamified. Johnny Hansen, Lobo 1G, our top ATS driver for July 2024. Bugwash, our top Euro truck driver for April 2024. Wim55, our top ATS driver for March 2024. Carlin, Torresev Ice Bear, our top Euro truck driver for August 2023. FTG Mike B, David Long, aka Shorty, our top Euro truck driver for September 2024. All right. Can you believe this year is already half over? Today is June 28th. Although I think for some of you who are living in the future, Susan, it's June 29th. And then it'll be June 30th and July 1st. And on July 1st, that means half the year is already over. That is, I'm sorry, July. Wait, what is this? June? July? I am really confused. Hang on. Yes, June. So Monday will be the end of the first half of the year, the second quarter. It has been a crazy, crazy year already. We're only halfway through it. Feels like it should still be March or April. By the way, we've got, since it's gonna be July shortly, in what, 10 days, we will have Iowa DLC coming our way. So that's gonna be great. I'm really looking forward to that. So let's let me get the cab of the truck. get this thing started. Let's take a look at the map. Yes, Susan is always living in the future. Okay, so yesterday I drove a load from Albania to Portsmouth in the UK. I found a load out of Portsmouth going to Turkey. Go figure. What are the chances? Anyway, a driving distance of 2,945 kilometers. So need to get started. It's going to be another 2-hour drive. There's only one. It's not even a ferry run. It's a train run. It looks like we're taking the train. Yeah. So let's get going. What do we got here? Yep. Okay. Saw movement out of the corner of my eye. Turns out it was just my map. Oh, so what do we got? Ventilation shaft. Not very heavy. It's only 5 tons. Oh, we won't be getting a lot of hardcore points for that. But we'll get some pretty good fuel economy. Oh, wrong side. Forgot where I was. Where am I going? Going right. It's going to be a great run. You know, I did this earlier too when I came to pick up the load. I was at the repair shop, like right across the street. Well, down the street on the opposite side. And when I pulled out of the shop to get onto the road, I very narrowly went the wrong way, or pulled onto the wrong side. Because of course I forgot where I was.
There, I went and changed my handles, so now it's not confusing.
That is better.
Somehow, with the changes, it went from displaying your name in the chat to displaying your handle.
What's up, buddy? I'll run you off the road. I ain't from around here.
Agar says, yes, the real lurch, no imposters. Maybe I should change it to say the real lurch. No.
on yesterday's run, I got 4.9 stars, which is pretty darn good. But this run won't be that good. Even if it's flawless, like well, yesterday was flawless as far as I didn't have any tickets or damage. I think I missed a turn somewhere, but anyway, as far as tickets and damage go, it's flawless. This one, even if it's flawless, I don't know, 4.5, 4.6 max, because of the weight of the load. The one yesterday was very heavy, so I got five stars just for the weight, but you have to average it out with all the other factors. Go ahead.
Matthew Roth is here, says good evening, Boomer.
Hey Matthew, welcome to the stream. Woo! I guess I can stay in this lane. Or not. Confused here. Are we exiting? Yeah.
Triple XN is here.
Hey, are you still awake?
Yes, sir, he says.
Well, Nicholas has been hard at work on our an issue we're having. I don't need fuel. Started with the full clock. These lanes get me over here. You know, I was thinking that this scenery is pretty good instead of the bland scenery of the base game in the UK. this is ProMods. I forgot to mention that.
Adam Buser says, good afternoon.
Hey, Adam, welcome back. And isn't it evening where you are? I mean, technically it's evening here.
That.
Yeah, it's got to be 9:15 for you. Is that normal for trucks to park there like that? Oh, maybe it's because it's the channel.
Adam says it is 21:17 now, EST.
Oh. Was I wrong to go this way? I don't see any.
Nicholas says, you know what didn't work, you must do it.
Okay. So did you send me the info? The 3 bits?
Working on it, he says.
Okay. Well, this sure is confusing.
Says good day, everyone. Hope you're all having a good weekend so far.
Hey, welcome. Haven't seen you in a bit.
Adam says, wait, were you driving on the left?
I am. What they do here in the UK.
My bad, I thought you crossed the channel.
Nope, getting ready to. Here we go. Now I gotta remember to switch over. Here's my reminder. I should have asked Taz which way should I go. So Lurch, you turn the leaderboard off for yourself and test it?
I already had it off.
Oh. Well, that's not the answer then.
Tess is not funny. Adam says you can ask anyone what side. I say the correct side. Susan says, does anything bad happen if you take ProMods out and put it back in?
As long as you don't do it when you're in the middle of a load. as long as you put it back in the correct sequence. You know, I forgot to look and see how things changed. I mean, like, before the train ride and after the train ride. Oops. See how the distance changed, the ETA changed. All that stuff.
Adam says a small one. He says a small one.
Small one what?
Probably what you were talking about, a change in the ETA.
Oh. That's like 2 minutes ago. I already forgot.
Taz says, gonna finish this one later. Movie night. Leaving a like now, though. Don't forget, everyone.
Thanks, Taz. You know, you could leave this running in the background. Just saying. You know, if that's an option for you. What movie is on the agenda?
Going to cast from my phone. Not sure which movie yet.
Yeah, I should be watching some movies. I got a whole pile of them. Movies that I like, even. I mean, wanted to go back through and watch some that I've seen before, but not for a long time. You know, one that I like to watch every June is The Longest Day, and I don't watch it every year, though. Maybe I'll wait till next year to watch it again. I watched it last year. You guys rewatch movies that you like? I guess. And if so, which movie of note you like to rewatch? Either every year or every 2 or 3 years? And why is it Lord of the Rings?
Adam says, movies? Yes. Yesterday I watched Jaws.
Now, there's a movie I haven't seen in a long time. For some reason, probably because it's the anniversary of the release that it played again. What was it, like 50 years? Yeah, 50 years. I remember when it I saw it at the drive-in theater when it was first released. Yeah, I didn't go back in the water for a while after that. Not that we lived near the ocean, but I mean, kinda near. Day trip near. But there are, like, you know, The Longest Day. I like to watch that every couple of years. Same thing with Lord of the Rings. Band of Brothers, The Pacific. I'm about due for both of those. For me, it's mostly war movies or fantasy, like Lord of the Rings stuff, or sci-fi. I like the Star Wars movies. You know, if I didn't have the light in my eyes, I could see I got a stack of movies over there. Not too far away.
My dad liked westerns.
Yeah. Good John Wayne movie.
Yep.
Tell you one a few years ago that was out on, they kept replaying on TV over and over and over again. I mean, like, not daily, but, you know, at least monthly. The McClintocks. That's a funny movie.
Adam says, another classic, The Cannonball Run.
You know, I haven't seen that one in decades. Would like to see that again. You know what else I'd like to watch is the couple of trucking movies. We've been talked about it off and on the last 3 years about streaming. I don't know how to stream a movie like that here in the Discord. How cool would that be? Get together as a group and, you know, watch a White Lightning or Convoy or whatever.
RD04 Dade says, I was thinking about watching Independence Day.
Yeah, I saw some shorts pop up in my YouTube feed, not for that one, but the sequel. I've never seen the sequel. But Independence Day, when that came out, and I'm trying to remember when that came out. I know it was in the mid-90s. We were on a... That sounds right. We were on a family trip. It's when I lived in Minnesota and I had my 3 kids living with me. And we took a family vacation and we drove out to the West Coast. And we stopped in Billings or Butte, Montana. That's when the movie came out, right about that time, and we stopped and went to a movie. We found a movie theater in Montana on our vacation, so we could go watch that movie, Independence Day. That's how excited I was to go see it.
Adam says a funny one was the Blues Brothers, one of my grandpa's favorites.
Yep. Got a full tank of gas and 2 packs of cigarettes or whatever it was. I forget the line. And sunglasses or something. I don't remember. It's just, yeah, it's a funny movie. We're on a mission from God.
One that I haven't watched in a while that I've got to dig up is Twister.
Yeah, that's another good one I haven't seen in a long time. Didn't they do a sequel or a remake of that?
Yeah, a sequel.
I didn't see that.
I haven't watched that one yet either.
You haven't seen that one?
Nope.
That just doesn't seem right. A weather guy like you?
Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah, I was disappointed with that one. It didn't have a lot of believability for me.
Adam says Black Dog was an okay movie from the 90s.
I'm not even familiar with that. Still awake, Pugwash?
379.
Hey, Wiz, did you get your steering wheel sorted out yet? Lonia.
Sun just gifted, Omega Sunrise gifted 5 memberships. Lucky recipients: Phantom 6767, Ryan RV6NC, Biosci, Cooper Sertoni, and Grant Citadel. And Greg Allray says, "Hey, Boomer in chat."
Hey, Greg. Thank you, Casey, and congratulations to the lucky recipients. Oh, Casey's here. I was thinking about you today, Casey. Nothing bad, just, you know, was checking some stuff out and your name came up. Shoot. Hey! I was in that lane first. Why did I get a ticket? No damage? Huh. How much time we got left on the clock? 2 hours and change.
AC says 10-4. I'm 10 for 10 on the side at choke and a puke.
I think he's at a fast food place. Welcome to Germany. I'm going to be inconsiderate and block several parking spots.
Watching trains, he says.
Huh. Okay. So let's check out. We should have 1:28 in the morning. So let's find someplace 9 hours out. Pretty much. That'll work. I need to look and see how much fuel I got. Should have plenty. Lights on. Yep.
AC adds and the adventure as well. Adam is wondering what kind of train. NSF.
Oh, speed limit's 80 here.
Adam says I'm also a train guy because I live near a train station. Mega adds it headed to the North Fort Worth yard.
By the way, for those of you who are members and did not watch or did not attend today's members live stream, I ran the 1.55 open beta and found out that they added some new roads and a town in small town in Nebraska. You might want to check that out. It'll start getting light in about 2 hours game time. I think this stream is going to run long because this is a very long run.
He says, check that out and Miss Lurch's antics. Not me, brother.
Don't check it out now. It's probably not even available for replay yet. For those of you who drive in Euro Truck or American Truck Simulator, when you're driving solo, you listen to anything to pass the time, like music or a podcast or audiobook? Personally, I listen to podcasts. But I also listen to audiobooks. And we were talking about rewatching movies earlier. Well, I just restarted a new, or not new, but I restarted listening to a series. It's a sci-fi series on my audiobook player, Audible. So I already listened to 3 books in the series while I was still driving, and took a break from it, was doing other things, and I just noticed that they've got, the same author had 2 more books in the series. So I started listening from the beginning because I'd forgotten what the story was about. And they're long, like many, many, many hours long each. JJ Man 1982, Thor Rasmussen, our top Euro Truck driver for January 2025 and our top Euro Truck driver for all of 2023. Nick, David H74, RD04 Dave, our top ATS driver for January. No. Whoa, come on. Our top ATS driver for March 2023. I better stop that. I picked this up to do something.
Easy adds. Well, I'm going to be getting the computer up and running next week. Hopefully, I'll be making miles.
Nice. We could use them.
Adam says I listen to Spotify, movie reviews, game reviews and reactions, and music videos over my driving.
Nice. So the one I'm listening to now is, I don't know how much has gone by, but it still has over 7 hours left. And then 2 of the other books in the series that I can see off the top of my head is 17 hours, and the other one is over 11 and a half. And there's still 2 others I don't see.
Nicholas says I usually have this one streamer on in the background. Or music. listen to my mix of music and put it on the computer under the American Truck Music. Rashid is here.
Oh, get ready.
And Susan says, I watch YouTube or listen to music, and I like to play what I'm watching.
I think we're
Adam,
passing by the Frankfurt area. Oh, maybe not.
Adam adds, sometimes I have calm nature sounds as my background music. Sometimes I want to change sounds. Oh, he adds, the birds could get annoying. He's gonna go drive back to the station and watch you guys not get any Swifties.
Yeah, it's getting light.
The Dandada is waving.
What's that?
The Dandada.
Welcome to the stream.
Adam says, would you like bird sounds for 30 minutes or listening to a crackling fire for hours?
Depends on what kind of birds. Like,
Oh, that's Treasure Row.
oh,
Don't apologize, it's not your fault that YouTube done this.
unless it is your fault. By the way, how's that head tracker working out? Is it any better? Well, it looks like we're going to get really good fuel economy on this run.
It says birds that are found in a rainforest.
Maybe. I mean, if it's like a cacophony or a soft cacophony of different bird sounds, yeah, be all right.
And Treasure Row says, yes, sir, thank you. It's smoother panning.
Oh, good.
says, or smooth water, beach, or wave sounds.
Not while I'm driving, and I was thinking about the bird sounds too. I don't know if I'd want to listen to that while I'm driving. That might relax me too much and put me to sleep. Because I was thinking about, like, I have some CDs from back in the day of like rain falling and thunder and lightning and other types of sounds like that. They're very relaxing, you know, for when you're maybe trying to go to sleep at night. But I wouldn't want to listen to that stuff while I'm trying to drive. It might just put me to sleep.
I used to have ones like that, but I can't find where they went. Treasure says HP points penalty for driving that long over the speed limit. You're in the red.
No, because it's not more than 4 kilometers an hour. Over. Maybe it's not kilometers, maybe it's miles. I don't know. I think it's kilometers. So, if you do more than, in other words, 5 or over kilometers per hour above the speed limit for an extended period of time, yes, that's a huge penalty. Isn't that right, Lurch? Are you muted?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, you didn't answer.
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
Adam says I have everything under different albums, so sounds or instrumental music is fine for me.
I wouldn't mind listening to relaxing music like that, waterfall, rain, things like that. Like if I was reading a book or something. Just relaxing.
On Adam's question here, I don't think he's watched enough of your videos of your real trucking. He says, in your trucking days, did you put the radio on or play some music?
Neither. Well, occasionally music, but it was always like either satellite radio, because I had a satellite radio receiver, or Pandora. I had a subscription to Pandora. Willie's here.
And just gifted 5 memberships. They haven't come up yet, so up, starting to. Albert Gaming 5, Casual Gaming 9092, Mouse 8088, Night Train Videos 462, and Lewis 2248 are the lucky recipients.
I saw another. Oops. Bowser plays. Welcome to the stream. Was he one of the winners?
No. He says, hi, and can I drive with you sometime?
Yeah, hold on, I can't hear you. Okay, what?
He said, hi, and can I drive with you sometime?
You would need to join the Discord and participate in convoys in our Discord. And we can, well, you can drive with me in one of our convoys that we have in the Discord. In fact, we have one tomorrow. Links to the Discord in the description below.
Says, I have Iberia, Viva la France, Italia, and West Balkans.
Oh, tomorrow we're doing American Truck Simulator. But we do mix it up. Right now we're doing a lot of American Truck Simulator convoys because we've got a challenge that we're doing in Euro Truck. That's what this run is, part of the All Europe Challenge. We're visiting every country except Russia in Euro Truck. You do need all of the map DLCs to participate and be a member of our virtual trucking company, or you can still do it on your own. And all of the information for it is in the description. There's a link to the website, our community website, with all the info in the description below. I know that was a lot of information.
Yeah,
DLCs
okay,
are on sale right now. As a matter of fact, the Steam summer sale is happening.
Treasure says, is my memory serving me correctly to say that this year's challenge has many more really long hauls? Like many 2 and 3 hour real-time runs?
Not many more, but some more. Because last year we had the Balkans, West Balkans. But this year we have Greece. So Greece was added since the last time we did it.
Adam is listening and driving at the same time. And Willie adds, did I say hello all?
I didn't see you say, well, I'm not looking at the chat very well.
I didn't see it, you just opted in with your gifted memberships that I saw.
I thought you were doing the same kind of entrance as Casey. We didn't know he was here until 5 gifted memberships popped up. And by the way, Willie, you want to send me one of those Coronas my way? If not, I'll just have to settle for water. Too late for coffee. Here's something I haven't done yet. Boom, right in the head.
Back in the face.
Made that bus slow down and I don't feel bad about it. Hey, welcome to the adventure.
Treasure says, also much fewer 5-star runs this time around.
Were we getting a bunch last time? Because I don't even know if we were tracking them quite so much. Like, we added the hardcore channel, record stuff like that.
If any, they had.
Well, I almost got a 5-star yesterday. I know a few folks have been having trouble with getting damage at toll booths. I know that's a problem in Turkey, and I got to worry about that today. Did you say something a minute ago?
No.
Oh, I heard your voice.
Oh yeah, I did. I said yeah, they could be a real pain.
Yeah. Oh, here comes our planned stop. I guess we'll go ahead and get fuel too.
Treasure is in the 24th leg and hasn't seen a single train at any crossing since starting the challenge. Been a real strange challenge all around for them.
You haven't seen a train?
Willie just had a shot of Screwball and peanut butter whiskey.
Sounds pretty good. Ooh, I'll do some shout outs while we're here. Troken, Douglas Williams, JC Drives, our top Euro truck driver for March 2025. Thomas Berger, Matthew Roth, Doom 3, Lee Jenkins, Lee01 Mister, Jennifer Roth, Colin Percival, Thumper and Bow, Trucky, top Euro truck driver for June 2023. Pancake Man, Bogdan BD, Osiris 9216. Let's see. Let's look for the next 9-hour leg. We are about to cross into Austria. That looked close enough. 8 hours, 47 minutes. Nope. There we go. Basically 9 hours.
Treasure says that Willie is just self-medicating.
Well, just jealous. Maybe he's the doctor with the right prescription. Welcome to Austria.
Treasure is wondering how Willie handled the 100-degree weather in New York last week.
Lots of Corona.
Adam says, when the fuel gets low, does the AdBlue come on before or after the fuel light?
Well, they're separate tanks, and
Separate functions.
yeah, and we don't. Well, in the U.S., we don't call it AdBlue. That's a brand name in Europe. It's diesel exhaust fluid, or DEF. No, we may even have AdBlue in the U.S. I don't know. Anywho, no, they're used at completely different utilization rates. DEF is used at a trickle compared to diesel. For instance, fuel tanks on my truck were, I believe, 220 gallons, I think. Anyway, around, let's just say 200. My DEF tank was a large one, and it was 18 gallons. A lot of trucks, DEF tanks are smaller than that, like 12 gallons. 12, 15. Mine was 18. Anyway, I could probably only get DEF every other time I fueled up. But I always got DEF every time I got fuel. Because I was there, and because it made sense to top off both at the same time. There they are.
Adam has seen DEF at the store he works at.
Yeah, you can buy it in like 2.5 gallon jugs at the truck stops, and there's probably other sizes. They'll sell it like that at other places because some passenger vehicles need it. I always meant to get one of those boxes, like 2.5 gallon boxes, and carry it as a spare. But I never did, and I never needed it. Because again, anytime I would fuel up with diesel, I would just top off my DEF tank. I don't remember how much I typically would use, DEF when I would fuel up, but I doubt it was even half of the tank. slow down.
Adam says it depends on the size of the tank.
Yeah, they're typically small because you don't go through very much. Looks like it's getting dark.
Mikey Doucette says, hi everyone. New to being a subscriber to the channel.
Well, welcome to the stream, Mikey.
Adam says some semis can hold up to 30 gallons.
I've never seen one that holds that much. I mean, it's possible, but like I said, I had a large tank and mine was 18 gallons. Large compared to what I was used to. So I guess I should clarify that.
And Mikey says, thank you, Boomer.
A lot of tunnels around here.
C says the Jeff Fox is a waste of money in his opinion. The box of death.
Yeah. It's way overpriced. But in my mind, it was just an insurance policy. But again, I never really needed it. So I didn't do it. But it would always amaze me when I would see a truck driver at a truck stop where they sell DEF at the pump and they've got a box of it that they're pouring into their DEF tank at the pump. That made no sense to me.
Nicholas said, I've got a 510 liter diesel tank with a 50 liter AdBlue tank on my own car, the Mercedes-Benz. Don't know what that is in US volumes.
You say 50 liter?
510.
510?
Oh, 50 liter AdBlue tank.
That's huge. If you divide that by 4, that's about 12 and it's probably 12 gallons. Probably less than 12 gallons. So I guess it's not that huge. It's smaller than the one for my truck. So yeah, and I'll bet that lasts you for quite a while too.
Mikey says the version of ETS I have, the temp gauges don't seem to work. Does anyone know why?
What gauges?
Temp.
Temperature?
Yeah.
I can't think of any reason. I mean, the game either works or it doesn't. I can't imagine any one gauge would not work. What kind of truck?
Bro is here and he asks, is it a stock truck or modded?
Good question.
Mikey says W900.
Okay, is it modded? Okay. So, you talking about the gauge in the dash? Jeez, I'm going fast. The dial gauge? I mean, I can't think of any reason why it wouldn't work. Have you tried verifying your files?
Bro said, I'm pretty sure that gauge works, but it's never been out of sync because they don't simulate that. And Mikey says, yes, yes.
I already forgot what the question was. You verified your files? So that's fine. So Pilot Bro may be onto something there. And, you know, I'm not in my W900 right now, so I can't even look at it. And I'm not sure if it will show up on here. Temperature, yeah. Well, I have a temperature gauge on here. It indicates.
Says I will check the files next time I play. I have version 1.49.
Yeah, that's way out of date. That's like last year sometime. Did you not buy it on Steam? Because we're on version 1.54.
Pilot says, whoa, that might do it. When was the W900 overhaul? 1.5?
I don't remember. How is it even possible to run a version that old unless you're running it, intentionally rolled it back?
Well, Adam says he's got the 1.51.
What?
Pilot Pro says you could freeze the version.
Okay, I guess I didn't think of that.
Mikey says a friend got it for me when I bought my PC from him.
Okay. But again, did you get it through Steam? Because you should totally bring it up to date. There's a new version coming out and probably better pay attention.
I'd say next week because they usually update the version about a week before the DLC comes out.
Yeah, I think there's a pretty good chance that we'll get the 155 next week. Welcome to Croatia.
Mikey says he's using the PXN V9 wheel and pedal set.
Okay. But that's got nothing to do with your version as far as I know. Or updating it.
Casey says, on to Iowa, land of fields and dreams. Or field of dreams.
So did he answer the question I asked earlier about did he buy it on Steam?
Not sure. He was wondering if there was some compatibility issue.
Possibly.
Willie says, if you build it, they will come. Bro is telling Adam he may very soon want to be up to 16 gigs of RAM at the minimum. 8 is getting long in the tooth for gaming.
Oh yeah. You can do a lot of things with 8 gig, but I would say a minimum would be 12 to 16.
Nicholas says, I'm happy with my 48 gigs of RAM. I'm with you, Nicholas. I have the same.
Well, I'm pretty happy with my 64. but it's overkill even for me.
Omega says if you install it, they most definitely will come with critics. Mikey's wondering if this is a convoy.
Nope.
Nope. Matthew Wolter is here, says, how are you doing tonight?
Hey Matthew, welcome to the stream. Mikey, if you're gonna convoy with anybody, you got to get your game updated. You have to be on the same version. You also have to use the same mods, typically.
Yeah, Pilot Bro's calling you a show-off.
I was a little.
Omega says, it is a convoy of chat, really. Adam responded that he can run Steam, the internet, maps, music, and headphone compatibility. And Pilot Bird responded, I'm not saying you can't, just that it's going to start pushing your machine harder.
Right.
Mikey says, for sure, but right now I want to work on getting a better PC.
Well, updating your game doesn't cost anything. Just saying. Mods, and actually mods are free. It's the map DLCs that cost. Were you starting to say something?
Well, I was saying mostly that the mods don't cost. There are some, but Pilot Bird was saying right, but the new version has a higher system requirement.
Okay. So Mikey, I guess if you didn't already say, how much RAM do you have? And what kind of video card?
Matthew Wolter had a question, posted it, and retracted it before I could read it. Adam says, I might have to go to Best Buy to get more RAM and 16 gigs. Mikey is not tech savvy.
Well, you know who is tech savvy is a lot of people in our Discord community.
And Matthew Wilter reposted the question, is there a convoy on ATS tomorrow in Discord?
Yes. It has been posted.
Caliper says, I wasn't either until I got here.
Wasn't either what? What?
Probably tech savvy.
Oh, baloney.
Yeah, he confirms tech savvy. And then he laughed.
He's one of our tech gurus. He knows everything. Wow. We're getting close to time already. 3 hours. Did I drop a pin somewhere up here? I already forgot. I just swore that I did. Oh yeah, there it is. We're an hour and 15 minutes out. Almost.
trying to find out where to find out what I have for RAM and video card.
It's easy. Task manager.
Pilot Bro is saying, wait, I never said that. If I did, I would have played the lottery today and disappeared with the winning ticket. He also confirmed what you said, task manager.
JC with the super chat. Can you read it? I can't
As
see it.
I hope everyone has a Merry 4th. If I don't hear or if you don't hear or see me.
Well, thank you. Be nice to see you though. Get your system back up and running and get your name back on the board.
Let's see. I just refreshed the stream and I only see 19 likes for 24 watching.
What?
What has this turned into tonight here? Mine is bigger than yours?
Yeah, Pilot Bro likes a lot of mods.
And Casey's on top of the fan XP right now.
Pilot, is that because you're running the open beta?
Only adds mods that the truck or physics is missing.
I am running 30-something mods currently. But that's... That's because I'm running ProMods. By the way, losers.
ProMods has like 6-7 different parts to it.
Well, more than that, because I've got the Great Steppe and Middle East.
It says, oh, I deleted my game weeks ago.
Wait, I didn't need fuel. I just need rest.
Oh well, so you topped up.
Yeah. Whoa. That was annoying.
AC says Middle East, burning trash cans and guard shacks.
What?
says burning trash cans and guard shafts is the Middle East.
Oh, well, that's not here. So
And Pilot Pro says you're not supposed to turn the truck off until parked.
yeah, that's what I thought. Let's see here.
A few more shoutouts, or were you
Well,
done?
nope, we've got a few more to do. I'm just gonna look for our next stop and point. Seven hours. Well, that's a weird place for a sleep trigger. I don't think I make it to the next one. No. Shoot. Here.
Omega says the great step is badly bumpy roads in cities and nothing for miles or kilometers.
Yep. Camels. I think camels. I think donkeys.
Eehaw!
Okay, where's that mute button at? Ken Beard, Rick Rashid, Oblivion, our top ATS driver for December 2024. Road Trip Nerd. Grumpy Gruntpaw Gaming, Stiggy Stigs 122. Ken Maselman, Avni Shawashti. Manny Oi. Gorhita Rusu.
Oh, really? As opposed to everything else. Omega says at least Alaska has snow and broken down trucks and chain stations.
Adam, we started an hour and 40 minutes ago or so. Okay, what time is it? It's noon.
He did say this was going to be a long run.
I did say that. So far, we've covered almost 1,900 kilometers. What?
He says, what city? I think he meant where you started.
Oh, what's up there on the thingy? Right up here. Portsmouth in the UK. Wait, does this work? It's just the cargo destination.
Where it's going. Casey says, Portsmouth, New Hampshire is my hometown. Says Portsmouth or Portsmouth. Casey adds, see, I understand why he stressed UK. Fort Smith. I think Peabody and Peabody sound different when it comes to pronouncing. In case he says like Worcestermass and Boyston. Or Bangor, Maine. Mikey says, now I can't play ATS and Rome Total War, which are the two games I have.
Why not?
I need to step away a bit to go to the little trucker's room.
Okay.
But first I'll read Gloucester, Massachusetts and Gloucester, New Jersey do have different pronunciations.
Welcome to Serbia. Hey, Sound Fixes. Welcome to the stream. It is a long one. Yeah, it's over 2,800 kilometers. We've covered about 2,000 so far. Not yet, Willie. Yeah, I'm with Pilot on that. What do you mean you have Steam unlocked? Steam is an application that you run to interface with the Steam store and everything. You're not far off, Casey. Interstate 95 is only what, 6 to 8 miles inside New Hampshire before you cross into Maine. Yeah, we've got 835 kilometers to go. Aha. Yeah, if you're using some kind of piracy software, that's not okay. But Steam, the Steam app is free, and you can use that to buy games. And right now, ATS and Euro Truck and everything are on sale. So ATS right now is on sale for $5, which is a pretty good deal. Miles of coastline. Need to pay attention so I don't go the wrong way, miss my turn or anything. Yes, ATS and Euro Truck are definitely worth it, and pretty much all of the map DLCs are on sale. Everything, it's Steam's summer sale. A lot of good deals out there. I was eyeballing a few, and then I thought, I don't need that distraction.
Somehow Lurch has returned.
Welcome back. Think I'm caught up? This lane better not end.
Adam said to Omega, you walked from the Maine New Hampshire border to the New Hampshire Massachusetts border? Wow.
Well, that would be a long walk.
Willie says good night, all.
Hanging it up, Willie?
And
You
Adam
showed
says
up. We missed you earlier.
And Adam says that 15 miles on the beach, that would take hours.
If you walked it in the sand. I mean, it would take hours anyway, but if you figure 5 miles an hour walking pace, about 3 hours. Okay, Willie. I was gonna ask if you're gonna make it. Ah. Yeah, this is a long drive. At this for almost 2 hours. I need a nap after this.
I think it would be a bit late to take a nap.
That's being facetious. I'm going to be might go to bed early. I've been up since 4 a.m. No good reason.
Says it was a bucket list idea to walk the road all the way from Hampton Beach to Portsmouth downtown. I was a junior in high school.
Well, now that you've done it, you always have the story to tell. And the memory, know for yourself. I don't remember what's after this. I think it's Turkey to Switzerland. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep.
So it's not quite as far. It's probably half as long as this one. Would you guys like it if I recorded those additional drives for the challenge and uploaded them? What was that? Andrei Saznov. Can you read that?
No.
That was an awful lot. On my phone. I've been watching you from the start. From the start when you met ATS first time, and I'm glad to see you love it and continue to write. Yeah, I really do. Thank you for the coffee, by the way.
Triple XN is going to bed now.
I'm surprised you're still awake. But I'm glad you hung out for as long as you could. You got a day ahead of you tomorrow.
Casey adds, plus the roads in New Hampshire are smoother than normal asphalt because they use mica, and every streamer who has ever driven there has said it's really smooth.
Yeah, I don't remember. You talking about the interstate freeway or back roads? Oh, tired. Guess I needed that coffee, although I'm not drinking coffee this late.
Adam remembers walking 5 laps around a big lake at a park. His legs were hurting on that last lap.
I used to do that when I lived in the Minneapolis area. They have these lakes with walking paths. You could bike around them, you could rollerblade, walk, run. I didn't run, but I did the other 3. Biked, rode bike around them, rollerbladed, and walked. It was nice to get out and just. My daughter and I did it once, at least once, when she was an adult. We, as a family, we used to bike around that the lakes. They weren't big, but they were big enough. And it was nice to do that. Well, it's getting dark again. Well, how far? Coming up on our stop soon. Yep.
Casey says I was fit back then.
Yeah, me too. It's fit-er. Now I get winded just walking out to the mailbox.
Casey said all of them. Not sure what he means by that, but 89, 93, 95.
Let's check that map real quick. How far do we have to go? 32 minutes. Yeah, I guess we can continue on. A little stuttering. That should get fixed up when 155 drops.
Adam says walking around a 3-mile loop around a lake for 3 laps is killing my legs. Had to bring more than 1 bottle of water.
Which reminds me, my throat is dry. Is this Hungary or Bulgaria? I bet it's Hungary.
Beat it. Soundfix says, did you notice less stuttering in the 155 open beta?
Yes. But it's hard to gauge something that's missing, you know, you're not thinking about it. It's like, oh, you know, unless you're actively looking to see if you get any stuttering, then you don't really notice. But yeah, I had 155 installed for ATS, and I ran it in the members live stream today. I guess any one of these. And I talked a little bit about it, and I really wasn't seeing the stuttering, and I just had some stuttering back there, which made me think of it. Bulgaria, I was wrong. Let's see, how far do we have to go? Don't know yet. Let me do some shout outs though. Whitby Gaming, Benny, Aiden, DJ Yates, Shredder89, Josh, Gizemly Adam, RIP Paris Hilly, Keystone, Anderson Tanker 2023, Japsai, Boo Father 38, Daniel Simpson, Jack Fox Gaming, Joshua Morrow, and Sick of It All. I like that one. If you are wondering why I am reading off people's names, that's because they are channel members. Reefer Hauler and Flatbedders. We have 3 channel member levels. Dry Van Hauler, Reefer Hauler, and Flatbedders. So Reefer Hauler and Flatbedder get their names shouted out in almost every live stream. If you are interested in that, click on that join button down below and look at the options available. So how much do we have? 7. Yeah, so theoretically we can make it all the way to the delivery. I say theoretically because things can go wrong. So we'll just assume that we will, and I won't even look for a new place to stop. We don't need fuel.
Share a joke that I came across today that kind of goes right in with getting older here and how things used to be easier. Warning to all parents: immediately stop feeding your kids Rice Krispies. It is not absorbed in your body in a healthy manner. It's stored in the body and effects become visible when you are older. I used to eat Rice Krispies, and now that I'm older, I can testify to the effects of this. Every morning I wake up and get out of bed, everything in my body snaps, crackles, and pops.
True story. Although I wasn't much for Rice Krispies when I was a younger guy. Snap, crackle, pop, and grunting.
Yeah.
I remember my grandfather would make those noises when he was getting up out of the easy chair. And I would always look at him like, not the snap, crackle, and pop necessarily, but the grunting. Ooh. Well, now it's me.
My dad took it up a step. He first had a belch anytime he got up. Come on, sounding like, I. Or a big old sigh when you sit down.
Yep. Brings a whole new meaning to take a load off. Well, with the imminent release of the 1.55 update, we can once again wonder how long before updated ProMods comes out.
Casey says grunting because of gravity.
Yeah.
Adam has almost made it to his destination in Missouri.
Where did you come from, Adam?
Lufkin, Texas.
Oh. Didn't even see him.
Elliot Hallisey says, very good morning, Bluminator. I'm watching the stream from Greater Manchester, UK.
Welcome to the stream. We started in Portsmouth, England. So you missed out on seeing me try to avoid driving on the wrong side of the road. Again.
Elliot adds, bet you didn't like the small roads and tight bends.
You know, that really wasn't a problem. Got on the motorway and it was smooth sailing all the way to the channel. No, it's been a pretty good drive. That speeding ticket I just got is the first negative thing that's happened. Well, no, somebody hit me. That was something that happened.
Looks like Mikey's heading out. He says, good night, everyone.
All right, Mikey, thanks for joining us. You have to come back and do it again. The next live stream I have scheduled is next Friday, which is Independence Day in the U.S. Hoping to put together a convoy for that.
He says, I will.
What a nice drive. Other than that speeding ticket, this has been and the fact that it's so long, this has been a really nice drive.
Tom says, does Las Vegas have its own fireworks for Independence Day?
Oh yeah, all over. Yes, there will be lots of fireworks. There's a water park just a few hundred meters away. They'll have fireworks. Every casino in town will have fireworks. And I mean, and they're all over the valley. And then there's the casinos on the strip. And I can see them from my balcony. Well, I can see the very tops of some of the towers, hotel towers on the strip, but I'll be able to see the fireworks. So that'll be something. Same thing for New Year's Eve.
You know, these slower speeds for trucks versus cars really bothers me. Really lead to can lead to accidents. The speed disparity between cars and trucks.
Ooh. There I am, not paying attention. Almost missed my turn. That's the kind of thing you see on bonehead truckers.
That's not how you're supposed to do it there, trucker.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing I was just talking about. The speed difference between cars and trucks.
Yeah. That's a real problem in California. With trucks having a speed limit of 55 miles an hour on the interstate, and cars that can do 65, 70, and impatient drivers.
Uh-huh. And not to mention if you're just coming onto a freeway and cars coming up that quick that wasn't there 2 seconds ago when you looked into your mirrors.
Yeah, you really got to keep your head on a swivel. Ooh, just like with these traffic lights. Plovdiv. Let's have a look at that map while we're waiting. Plovdiv. So we are almost out of Bulgaria. We're going to enter Greece and then cross over into Turkey. Ah. Here we go. Oh, did anybody answer my question earlier? The question was, would y'all like it if I recorded these drives that I do for this challenge? Is that of any interest?
I don't think I've seen any responses.
I mean, I have some other videos that I should be doing, like my exploring series. I'm months behind on that. I would truly love to get back into that. I've been really struggling.
Adam says, sure, why not?
Well, that wasn't very much of a ringing endorsement. Okay.
Elliot's wondering, do you have width restriction sticks at the side of your truck so you can see or know how much room you have when traveling? The reason for asking is because trucks in the UK have them.
No. We do not have something like that I am aware of in the US. There are width restrictions, or you'll be classified as an oversized load. And there's all kinds of regulations associated with that. You have to have signage on the front and back. It says oversized load. And when you're oversized, you got to run beacons. And typically, as I understand it, when you're doing an oversized load, you cannot drive at night, because it is hard for people to see, especially if you're. I don't know what the width restriction is for that extreme, but people need to be able to see whatever it is that's hanging off the edge. And like a lot of times people use like a red flag, but that's only good during the daylight. And lights can be a little bit confusing because it's hard to gauge the distance to a light.
Adam says, I think the US has special trailer markers with siding, or special trailers with side markers.
But you still have to have the signage, run your beacons. There are specialized trailers though, but again, they can only run during the daylight.
Elliot adds, the reason for asking is because of cycle or bus lanes.
And so do you use those sticks to hit the bikers? Is that a challenge? I could be totally in for that.
Get out of my way. Tag, you're it.
Yeah, we have a lot of road widths in the US. We have a lot of standards. There are some older places like on the East Coast, especially New Jersey, and a few other places where the roads are really narrow. And when under certain circumstances, trucks are just not allowed. But those are rare exceptions.
Adam says, have you seen... Oh, go ahead.
Same thing is true with height restrictions. There's a few channels on YouTube that have videos that show that why all the time. There's a lot of low bridges in like New Jersey and Chicagoland and a few other places. Really got to watch out for those.
Adam says, have you seen Outback truckers with the special trailers for heavy or oversized loads?
No. That sounds interesting.
That little intersection looked like an idiotic design. Well, for trucks anyway.
We still have 200 kilometers to go. I gotta stretch my back.
Elliot says, well, knowing Boomer, you would end up trying to win the competition with hitting the cycles if he did have width restriction sticks on his trucks and driving next to cycle lanes.
Well, let me tell you a similar kind of story. You know, on U.S. trailers, the rear end of the trailer sticks out several feet past the tires. And when you are turning, you have to watch out for trailer swing. Well, one of the guys that I went to truck driver school with, he was sharing with me one day. He goes, when you go through these construction zones and you got these orange barrels on either side of you or both sides of you as you're driving through, he said he would weave and bob to try to get the rear of the trailer to swing far enough to hit one of those barrels. I was like, that is genius. I'm not saying I ever tried to do that, but I'm not saying that either.
You can neither confirm nor deny.
That's right. I can confirm I never hit one. Oh, I can't say that it was for lack of trying. Or that it wasn't for lack of trying, or whatever. Welcome to Greece. Man, I haven't been here in a while.
Tom says in New Jersey we do have a lot of low bridges and restrictions where long and wide loads can go, mostly from the port.
Yeah. Yeah, I really didn't care for some of those roads in New Jersey where you had to like the truck route would take you down a particular road in a built-up area, but the bridge ahead was too low, so you had to turn to the right and then go over to the next street over to go underneath. And man, that was tough to make those turns. There'd be like a telephone pole right on the corner, and you had to swing out to make that turn. Oh, I had to do that a couple of times, and man, it was a little bit stressful.
Elliot
Made it okay, but it just like why do that?
Elliot is wondering, can you tell me, Boomer, what is the difference between day trucking and trampers? What are like the differences in driving conditions?
I don't know what a tramper is. Is that what you might call an over-the-road driver? What we consider an over-the-road driver is someone who lives out on the road. Could spend weeks at a time driving out on the road, sleeping in the truck, etc.
Adam says in New York City, I only seen semis hauling subway cars and mostly small trailers hauling produce.
Yeah, they got to get the stuff to the grocery stores. So they're going to have, you know, some kind of rig. Probably a 48-foot trailer with a day cab. They're shorter, more maneuverable. Somebody on a bicycle. That's a rare sight. For me, anyway. Oh.
Elliot says trampers are the truck drivers, trucks with built-in sleeping conditions.
Okay.
What are the driving differences when it comes to driving? It's the, instead of day trucking.
Well, usually day truckers drive a day cab. That's why they call it a day cab. And so they don't sleep in their truck most of the time. So it's a shorter wheelbase. It's more maneuverable. It's just for running around town or between towns, a day trip. So over the road, which is what we call that, is you have a sleeper unit, like that. And you sleep in the truck, and you'll be out for weeks at a time. Some people are only out for a week. Like Nicholas, Nicholas he drives in Norway, and he's going out of town tomorrow. He's starting his week early, and he says he doesn't know if he's going to be out all week or what. But he does that. I mean, he's out. I guess that's what you would call a tramper.
Gita Warrior says, I request an explanation. I was on I-10 and saw a board saying I-90 to state highway sign with some state highway number. What does it mean exactly?
Hang on, I gotta look at that. On I-10, it saw a board saying I-90 to state highway sign. Well, interstate highways, which is what the I prefix is for, are different than U.S. highways. Did you say that, or state highway?
State highways.
Oh, okay. I guess I don't understand the question. Well, you wouldn't see a sign referencing I-90 if you're on I-10. Is the first thing I would say. Because I-10 is one of the southernmost interstates that run east-west across the U.S. So it runs from Los Angeles. Oh, that was quick. From Los Angeles and across to Phoenix, Tucson, southern New Mexico, southern Texas, southern Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. I-10 will run all the way to Jacksonville, Florida. I-90 is one of the northernmost interstates that runs out of Seattle and then
all the way up to
east
Boston.
all the way to Boston. Yeah, that doesn't. It's too tight. This truck. Yeah, it runs across Washington, Idaho, parts of Montana, a little bit of Wyoming, and in South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Illinois, Indiana.
Yeah. Ohio. New York. All the way to Boston. Anyway, so you wouldn't see roads reference. You wouldn't see I-90 reference on I-10. But state highways, ooh. State highways are just that. They're highways that are owned and maintained by individual states. We have entire networks of road systems in the U.S. You got the interstate freeway, which are the newest typically. Prior to that was the U.S. highway system, which still exists, but it's numbered differently. And then you have state highways that are just contained within the state. They have their own numbering system. Then you have county highways. Well, they call them county roads.
In my state are typically denoted by a letter.
In Wisconsin, they use a
letters.
lettering system. Yeah, Wisconsin is one of the few states where they use a lettering system, but most states use numbering. Even Minnesota. Well, I think Minnesota does both. Depending on what part of the state you're in.
Like just in my town, we have County Y nearby, and County H, A, T.
Yeah. So at each level of government within the U.S., you have different types of road systems are owned and maintained by different levels of government.
Sometimes in Wisconsin, you can have an occasion where two counties will share the same county highway label. You know, where I grew up, we had a county road B that started in one county and continued into the next county and kept the labeling of County B.
Now, states maintain at the state level. They maintain the state roads, state highways. They also maintain the U.S. highways and the federal U.S. highways and the federal interstate highways. However, for the U.S. highway system and the interstate highway system, they receive funding from the federal government to offset some of the costs. Hope that clears it up.
Kid is also wondering why the U.S. didn't adopt the metric system.
Yeah, that's a little outside scope of this channel.
Elliot clarified, asking about the driving time difference for driving trucks during day trucking versus trampers.
Driving time?
Probably like regulations about how long you can drive.
Oh, yeah, they are different. Unless you go over a certain distance, and I think it's like 150 miles, day cabbers don't have to, they don't deal with clocks. They're strictly like hourly employees. So they're not restricted to the like over the road drivers on the clocking system. Let's see.
Elliot's got a two-part question. Do you prefer normal truck suspension or air suspension?
Air suspension is normal. There's,
And then, do you prefer most standard trucking vehicles or hybrid vehicles more?
I'm not sure what you mean by that, but let me address the first thing first. So, modern trucks in the U.S. are all air ride. So, that's the norm. What was the other question?
Standard trucking vehicles or hybrid?
So, depends on what you mean by hybrid. Are you talking about gas electric? Because that's what we mean by hybrid over here. We don't have those. I've never driven that in a truck yet. Well, I never have, and I never will. That's not big here yet. It's coming. What I get for doing it outside without a proper setup.
If we don't just skip over and go to driverless vehicles. That's starting to be a thing.
So Casey said something there too I wanted to address.
Yeah, in Texas we have farm to market roads and spurs.
Well, spur is a type of road on at any level. But farm to market. So that's a different kind of name for a road because Texas does things different. Farm to market is kind of like a county road in most other states. Ooh. That's a long haul. Where is the nearest place to... Oh, wow. Oh, no. Oh, no. I may have to teleport somewhere. Oh, there. No, there's a place right there. I'll drive there while I explain the last bit. So Texas does things a little bit different. They have, as Casey said, farm to market roads, which are kind of like county roads. They call them that, as I understand it, because that's what they were. Roads that went from the farms and was a way to bring the produce and whatever else they had to the towns or the markets. So it's just a unique Texas name. It's uniquely Texas. Was there another one that I missed?
Adam was saying in New Jersey the highways we have are U.S. highways, county roads, county highways, borough roads like Main Road, Old Highway, and Interstate.
So it's basically the same as everywhere else. Thought there was something else I...
Do electric trucks exist? Yes.
Yes, on a very limited basis. They're still in development.
They have a very limited range.
Yes. They're not useful for over-the-road trucking yet. If they were hybrid, maybe. But that technology hasn't matured that much here yet. But there have been some, but that's not overly successful.
He doesn't think they're powerful.
Well,
Gaming
I don't
cakes.
know. What's that?
Gaming Cakes is here.
Hey, Gaming Cakes. Long time no see. You know, oh, we can't cross over here. Thanks. Is there a roundabout up ahead? Oh, I'll just go here. I mean, I don't need fuel. I just need a place to park. What do we got going on here? Man, I haven't been to Turkey in forever.
Gaming Kick says, yeah, been a bit busy with other stuff and trying to get my sleep under control. Just saw you were on and thought I'd say hi. Just woke
Hi.
up.
Yeah, sleep under control. I have that problem. So can I cut across here? I cannot see. No. It's not looking good. Wow. That looks like a garage up there on the left. I don't want to buy it. I see another opportunity up here. And there's the first yawn. What's a guy got to do to get over here?
Gaming Cake says, looking forward to Iowa DLC.
Yep. Pretty excited for it. Be able to drive Interstate 80 from all the way across Utah and Wyoming. Actually, Interstate 80 from San Francisco all the way to the Mississippi River. Near Walcott, Iowa. Can I not wait? Why can I not go this way? What is the deal here? This is crazy.
At least now you're heading back the opposite direction where you can actually access those couple of
Yeah, I guess.
places.
Sure do make it hard though. Maybe that car just pulled out.
Adam is wondering, at a service station, do truckers have time to eat when refueling?
If they work it into their schedule, like if you're going to do a 30-minute break there. I've done that a lot of times. A lot of times it's just a matter of you go in when you go in to pay for your fuel, then you grab a slice of pizza or some nasty hot dogs. Truck
Casey's
stop
gonna
food.
get off. Casey's gonna
Alright,
get
Casey.
off and go sleep.
Yep. I'm just looking for a place to park and I'm going to be done. I didn't mean to continue driving this long. After making delivery, that is. I forgot to even look and see when I made that delivery. I forgot to look and see, did the load have any damage? I don't think it did. I got a little bit on here. Tires.
Adam's gonna go get some sleep too.
There we go. While we're... Well, I'm just going to go ahead and sleep. And I'll pull up the map while I do the other thing I want to do. What a long drive that was. I want to see... Can I see how I did? Bunch of job reports. No telling how far down mine is. I just completely forgot to look at how far I drove, what registered.
This one, you did 3.6 stars, 1,119 hardcore points,
That's good.
2,849 kilometers.
Well, I'm almost there in the I'm looking at the job reports. So on TrucksBook I logged 2,849. I did that in both Trucky and TrucksBook. That's interesting. Well, I will take that. Although I am curious why only the 3.6 stars. I thought I would get at least 4, but okay, the load was really light, and then I got fines. Wait, how many fines did I get? 2? Oh, that's right. That guy hit me and I got a ticket. That's not right. Not right at all. Okay. Well, folks, I'm going to call that a stream. Yeah, we all need sleep. Thank you all for being here. I certainly do appreciate it. And thanks for the coffees and the gifted memberships. Oh, there we go. And for those of you in the Discord, there is an ATS convoy tomorrow. So make sure you get signed up for that if you wish to participate. Other than that, I'll see you guys next Friday, 4th of July.